Hi everyone, this is Simmermind. Welcome to my channel and my Sims 3 Twinbrook Renovation project. This time I'm going to build a new home for the guys from the good and bad household and show you the makeover I gave to each of them. Their original house is one of the most boring lots ever, even by EA standards. So let's just move on to the household itself, which is way more interesting than this lot. It consists of two young adult male Sims, Goode and Sinbad Rotter. The household bio states, the story of how Goodwin and Sinbad ended up as housemates is lost to history, but with such different personalities, the question of why these guys still live together is even more of a mystery. These rhymes, okay. However, as fate would have it, Goodwin may find himself in a bit of a pickle in the coming days, one that only Sinbad may be able to help him through. These two are polar opposites indeed. Goodwin is the epitome of kindness, romanticism, and purity. He is brave, good, hopeless romantic, family-oriented, and great kisser. With this personality, matched by his good looks, he is quite a catch. Sinbad, on the other hand, is evil, mean-spirited, hot-headed, and kleptomaniac. In other words, a person to stay away from for the sake of your safety and sanity. Due to his being flirty, he probably fancies himself as a so-called sexy supervillain for the stupid fangirls to squeal at. It is not surprising that these guys don't get along. They probably became roommates a while ago, not knowing each other well, which is actually a common thing, and are now stuck together, hating each other and each day of their sharing this rented house. One thing about these dudes is not clear though. The mysterious problem Sinbad may help Goodwin with. Let's look at their personal bios for some cues. Goodwin's story states that he has a good heart and a compassionate soul. Up until now, he's lived his whole life by the book. But he's got something new coming for him. How will he handle this new part of his life? Well, nothing helpful found so far, so let's turn to the relationship panel, which actually points at the potential answer. He's dating his neighbor, Jenny Jones Brown, who is currently pregnant, and if she decides to keep the pregnancy, Goodwin is going to be the father of the child. Maybe the problem is about him being not ready for this at all. On the other hand, Goodwin is brave, so he is very likely to undertake the challenge, and as a family-oriented sim, he'll definitely find true joy in raising children. The real question is, what does Sinbad has to do with this? So it's time to take a closer look at Sinbad. According to his personal bio, he is really not that bad of a guy, or at least he doesn't think so. He got caught up running with a bad crowd, and now he's in too deep to get out. Will he dive in deeper or look to his friends for help? Okay, so it looks like Sinbad has written this text himself as an excuse for his actions. Or maybe one of those dumb girls who root for, quote, not bad but just misunderstood guys, unquote, wrote this about him. I'm not buying it. The bad crowd Sinbad is sad to be stuck with are definitely his bosses and co-workers, since he's in the criminal career. However, his lifetime want is to become master thief, and it matches his personality perfectly, which means that he joined this career willingly and has no desire to leave. Let's sum up the whole situation. 1. The only potential problem in Goodwin's life is the upcoming parenting he might not be ready for. 2. Sinbad has nothing to do with the situation. 3. Sinbad has no interest in helping Goodwin because they're enemies. 4. Sinbad may be looking for help himself because he's blaming his flaws and misdeeds on the bad company he's involved with. There are many ways to play out these character stories, but only one scenario can involve Sinbad rescuing Goodwin by keeping his reputation clean. It requires Sinbad to kill Goodwin's girlfriend, or at least to force her leave the town by using threat or blackmail. By the way, even criminal sims can't murder anyone in this game, unless you're using mods, of course. Speaking about their house, I decided to create separate apartments for each sim. The only common spaces they are going to share are the garage, the entry hall, and the laundry room. The house is going to be decorated in mostly black and white, representing the opposition and duality of good and evil in this household. So the facade of this house is mostly light, with wood elements and some tiny dark accents for contrast. The dark grey, almost black color that matches the roof is used for the sides of the house, and to a lesser extent the rear. The latter, however, has plenty of light wood and even white inserts to tie all the exterior parts together. Just like I did with Molly's house, this one has large decks facing the water, for the Sims to enjoy the picturesque views. Goodwin's apartment is on the upper floor, accessible from the street. This symbolizes his openness and honesty. He has nothing to hide and is willing to welcome the visitors at least from time to time. Sinbad's apartment is on the ground floor, partly built into the foundation. To access it, you need to use the well-hidden staircase. Goodwin's apartment is decorated in Scandinavian style. Well, at least I tried to recreate it with the objects available in game. I chose this style because it uses mostly white shades and blonde wood. The predominantly white color scheme represents Goodwin's kindness and purity. It is sprinkled with some black accents though. I added them for both the visual and the symbolic value, meaning that there is no absolute light or darkness, no absolute good or evil. Each side of the dichotomy, even taken to the extreme, has at least a tiny element of the other. Look at the yin-yang symbol to see what I mean. Another reason why I went for the Scandinavian style is its simplicity, which allows using cheaper objects. Considering the household budget restrictions, it is an important factor. Sinbad's apartment, on the other hand, is very dim. It uses many dark grey shades, black, and some darker variations of red. The latter represents Sinbad's flirtatious side, which is why I used red mostly in his bedroom. However, just like I added black elements to Goodwin's white apartment, I incorporated some white accents in Sinbad's dark lair. They are here to hint at the possible positive side of Sinbad's personality, suggested in his bio. Some elements of Sinbad's apartment interior show that he is into some alternative music style, most likely punk rock. This wasn't a part of my plan initially, but I wanted to find some suitable wall decoration for this place, and came across this giant band poster from Showtime, which fits in here perfectly. So I developed the theme a bit further, even via the new outfits I chose for Sinbad, but more about this later. The landscaping on this lot is lush, natural, and untamed. I used a lot of bushes, some heather flowers and trees, as well as some small rocks. I'm going to use this style on all the lots on this peninsula. The front part of the lot features a well-manicured flower bed as well as a parking slot. The front porch is small and empty, but the decks on the back of this house are meant to be used a lot during the warm seasons. I placed some minimal furniture there for now, but there is enough room to add more, making these spaces perfect for outdoor parties. Now that the house is finished, let's look at the guys after the makeover I gave them. To be honest, I didn't change them much, especially Goodwin. He is one of the rare good-looking Sims in this town, and his original outfits are fine. I did change some of them a bit though, and of course replaced the randomized outerwear with some more thought-out clothes. Sinbad has undergone a bit more changes. Since I decided to make him into a punk, I changed his short, way too basic hairstyle to a mohawk. I also played with his facial features a bit, mostly the mouth, and moved his cheekbones up. Now they look good together with the upward tilted eyes. Overall, he's got an interesting facial structure. Most of his outfits are not that different to the originals, just like Goodwin's. I think he did a decent job when creating these two guys, so out of all the sims I've made over so far, these are the least edited. Now enjoy the screenshots from the new house and use the link under the video to download it. If you decide to do so, remember to put it on the exact same address in Twinbrook where it was built, because the lot edges are uneven. And for now, thanks for watching, like, subscribe, comment, recommend, and welcome back for more content. Bye.